So, try to get a good angle on this camera here. This is the first piece. These are 2 layers here. We will put snaps on this. It's going to go, our snaps are going to go through both layers. And I'm probably going to put just a little bit of fabric behind each one because I don't really want them to stretch too much. I'm trying to decide what fabric. And I might just put it in between the layers so that you can't see it. I'll think on that. For now, let's cut out the rest of the layers. We're going to use 3 for each. 3 layers for each of these. The larger one and the smaller one. I cut it out, or I outlined it in black, hoping that you'd be able to see it through this fabric, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the case. So let me trace it onto a couple of pieces of paper, and I'll be right back. So I do sort of have a method to my madness here. The reason that this comes in instead of following the pattern is that here is going to be the elastic casing, and I feel like it'll be less bulky around his legs if I stay away from that elastic casing just a little bit. So that's why it's kind of narrow through there. I've taped some paper together to make a pattern. So now I've got I'll have 3 shapes. 3 separate paper patterns. This is just scrap paper. I printed a lot of this, and it was all with the wrong printer setting. I mean, it was just pathetic. So, and now I don't have any ink. Smart, yeah. Anyway, I really like this fitted pattern that we did the other day. It just needs to be front heavy instead of through the middle, right between his legs. I'm sure for a girl that was perfect, but for a belly sleeping boy, I pretty much need it right in front of his penis. Alright, there's half of that. That's the larger of the 2 pieces. And here's going to be the smaller one. I feel like I should just fold it in half and fold it in half properly. Well, that way I end up with 2 pieces. I end up with a symmetrical piece. Right? I mean, that's kind of what I'm shooting for. It's symmetry here. I don't even know if it's going to work out like that. No, it's not. I'm just not doing it right. I mean, I free-handed this thing. But I free-handed the original pattern too, so whatever. Good. Alright. That one will go right there like that. Cool. Cool, cool. I think I have the perfect place for this smaller one. Right here. Yep. And I'm not going to worry about which direction these are going at all. I'm just not concerned about it. Kind of a sharp turn. I hope I can make that sharp of a turn on my serger. Okay, so there's that. Go ahead and cut this out. I used a pencil to outline that, like a standard number 2 pencil. It won't show because this will be underneath my serging. Goal is to use every square inch that I possibly can of this fabric. I think I'm doing an okay job so far. Yeehaw. Alright. Let's try to use it up wherever I can in the best way possible. So definitely stay to the right here of all of this. That'll fit in there. And then that will fit there. And I'll actually be able to move it that way some because I'm only going to cut the... no, actually I won't be able to move it that way. It's okay, it's pretty good. And then I'll still have to come up with one more piece for this larger one. Unless I want it 2, 2, and 3. 7 layers. But all of it's front heavy. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. Just to use 2 for this one and 3 for that one. But that one's so small. Alright, let's see what it'll feel like. Go from there. Just gonna draw around this area here. hope you can see this when I'm done. Did I say that already, or was I just thinking it? Sorry about the shaking. I say that a lot, but I want the camera to be as close to me as possible so that you guys can see as much as possible. And because of that, I bump into it a lot. Alright, let me cut this out. Alright, so this one is cut out, and I've changed my mind again. That's the brilliant thing about sewing is I get to make it up as I go along. So what I'm going to do is 2 layers of the body, 2 layers of each of the petals, and I seriously feel like that's going to be enough. That 3-layer one I made last night, or a couple nights ago actually, was very bulky. And I just don't know if, because he only used the front of it, I just don't know that that's really necessary, that it be that thick. So no need to draw around this, as long as you can hold it steady and not let it move as you're cutting around it. Hopefully I'm not off the camera. I was off the table, that's for sure. Ah! Sorry. I think I had a hair behind my ear, but it felt like a spider crawling on me. Starting a pile under the table. Little scraps. There we go. Thinking about sewing in some scraps. You know, like this piece could totally be just straightened out a little bit and sewn in. To the inside of it, I mean. Sort of make it symmetrical if possible. It's really what I'm trying to do with this very bad pencil. I figure why not, right? going to sew this down real quick. Just right like that. Add another layer with a piece of scrap. Hold on. I'll be right back. Oh, look. I went off the camera. There. I'm going to sew it right like that. Just to this one. Alright, next time somebody remind me to use the walking foot. That was kind of rough. Alright. Cut the threads here. I didn't sew across this direction because I'm going to do that with the serger. Alright, so right now I am going to put these two pieces face to face with the fuzzy side in. They recommend that you keep the fuzzy side to the inside. Kind of like a sweatshirt. Think of it like a sweatshirt. It actually does feel like a sweatshirt. Some sweatpants. Alright, so I'm going to sew from here all the way around to here, and I'm not going to sew across here because I'm going to sew that to this one. So I'm going to do the, on this one, I'm actually going to just sew here and here because I'm going to sew across this when I attach it to that other one. Make sense? So I'm just going to go from here up to here and from here up to here on this one. And then on this one, I'm going to go from here all the way around to here. And this is pretty sharp, so I'm probably just going to sew straight down and cut it off, straight down and cut it off, and then sew across flat. So I can actually move you guys over there. Let's go and sew next.